Okay, here's a review of the X-Convict, the Atmosphere, and the Mini Motu. First of all, we'll go with the X-Convict that is 2.13 inches in diameter and 1.58 in width. It comes with a double O-ring that I've taken out because it made it too responsive. And I started playing with just one O-ring and left this one out. Still too responsive, so I put two silicone K-pads on each side, and it made it just right, real perfect. One thing I like about this is it has a tight tolerance for the bearing. The bearing is just a little bit hard to get out, which is nice because when you put your string on there, the bearing will stay in place when you screw it together. So, and it has a size C bearing, so it'll fit all your Yo-Yo Jam yo-yos. One thing I want to show you is that with the caps off, it's got a nice ridge for thumb grinds. And a lot of people don't show you what it looks like with the caps off, but I'm going to do that right now. Show you what the gap looks like. And one thing that it's hard to tell this actual size. So what I'm going to do is compare it to a Dark Magic that I have right here. And as you can see, it's almost the same size as a Dark Magic, just a little bit smaller. And the width is almost exactly the same in width. Gap is about the same as well. It just has that more of a V shape to it, which is nice. A lot of aluminum on this, more aluminum than plastic. I like that. This yo-yo here plays really good. Now, I'm not a yo-yo expert or anything like that. I can only tell you from the different yo-yos I've had that I can compare it to them. I haven't played every yo-yo in the world, so I can't say that this one is the best or that one is the best because I haven't played every yo-yo. However, I can compare it to, say, the Dark Magic and compare the three to one another. So the next one is the Atmosphere. And let's see, the specs on this one is, this one's a little bit smaller. This one's just a little bit smaller than the X-Convict. It's 51 millimeters in diameter. The width is 40.7 millimeters. And this comes with, again, this one came with the those K-pads installed in it. I think before, originally this one, they've upgraded it now and make it kind of different. But it comes with two silicone K-pad rings in there. And as I was saying, the tolerance on this one is not as good. The bearing falls right out. And that's one thing I wish that the tolerance was a little bit tighter so that the bearing stayed right in there. That's a C bearing, so it fits everything. This has this here. These are brass rings, so you can really feel the weight. I didn't think it would be as heavy as it is. About the same heaviness as the X-Convict, but it's got a lot more aluminum. So these little brass rings really do a lot. Let me see if I can get one of these. There we go. I take the caps off with just a little. This was off a bow and arrow set, but you can get those little guns that have these little suction sticker things and just pop it right off. And you can I do that to all of these, as you can see, taking it off here, taking it off there, and took it off here. And I'm going to show you the inside of that with the caps off. Looking pretty good. Has a okay lip for thumb grinds. You still have to throw it at an angle to get that, real thumb grind action. So that's that. And once again, compared to the Dark Magic, I think it's a lot smaller. It's a lot smaller than the, we can get that on camera. There it is. Right about there. A lot smaller. And the width, though, line it up in the back. You can see a little bit smaller. So this is the Atmosphere is kind of a smaller type yo-yo. And it's funny because just a few millimeters in difference, you can really feel that it's a smaller yo-yo. Next one we're going to move on to is the Mini Motu. One thing I like about this one, this is a lot smaller. This is the smallest one there is. that I've got. And this one's got a real nice ledge for thumb grinds. You can throw it straight and just thumb grind on this thing all day long. This one also comes with double O-rings in it, those rubber O-rings. However, I found this one works best with an O-ring on one side and then a silicone K-pad on the other side. And this one's got a tight tolerance for a C bearing. That makes that one nice. Smaller, little bit lighter. I'll compare this one. Compare this one here to the Dark Magic, and this one fits right. It fits right in the middle of a Dark Magic. That shows you how small that thing is. And the width on this, right there, real small. So it's smaller, but it plays really good. I like it. Carried around the pocket, no problem. Plays really good. Now, my favorite has to be the Atmosphere. That's my favorite one. This one plays really well and spins for a really long time. You know, I'm not going to say it spins for 16 minutes or something like that, but it spins long enough to get your tricks done. That's for sure. However, I've been playing the X-Convict. This one turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out. Plays really good, really smooth, and spins for a long time too. And when I get bored with those, pick out the Mini Motu and just start going to town. And then finally, I would actually pull out the Dark Magic and do some stuff. Start doing a trick with the Dark Magic is what I do, because it's a little bit larger than those, and you can really feel the difference in size when you're playing for some reason. But this here, I usually start with the Dark Magic because it's larger, and then see if I can pull those tricks off with something smaller, like the Atmosphere or the. Finally, go down to the Mini Motu and see if I can do it. So there's a review of those three: the X-Convict, the Atmosphere, and the Mini Motu.